these many windows I keep setting up. So go figure what's wrong with it. But anyway, as usual, let's start the stream by talking about a little bit about what I have going on in here. So this is page 12 of the comic. Familiar to some of you already, not to all of you. Currently this page is only on Patreon, so if you're not a patron you probably have not yet seen this page here. Anyway, this is page 12, same thing as before, except that this is a perspective shift. On the previous page we were seeing things from Nathan's perspective, as he arrives in Talbot County and walks off in the distance. This page starts with one of Wallace's siblings yelling, and then his throwing a little tantrum, and then there's Wallace and his mom. Then she's like, "No, I'm talking to your brother." Then she gives a motherly speech of "be careful" and yada yada yada, and then she's like, "Wait, is that Nathan?" Next page is she's going like, "Ah, hello there, Nathan," and then Wallace is running, and then Nathan is alone. This is a contrasting scene I wanted to show. With in the first panel is Wallace, but he's surrounded by family members, whereas in the second panel Nathan is alone. And also, hello there, Neku. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Fourth panel, Wallace is so handsome, handsome-oe. He is indeed. I mean, I like to think that he is. Look at this delicious mud dog, man. But anyway, this is a contrasting panel I wanted to do. With the first panel with Wallace, full of family members and whatnot, and the next panel Nathan by his own, to show a little bit more of their emotional state and how they are. Wallace, despite everything, he feels like he has a lot of people in his life, whereas Nathan feels very much of a lone cat. And then they hug, and Wallace goes like, "Oh, I missed you so much. It's been so long." And then Nathan's like, "Yeah, it has been." And then Wallace's mom is like, "Oh, who's your mysterious boyfriend or something?" By the way, this panel is new. Those of you who saw me working on the comic did not see this, because I decided afterwards to add this panel because, well, I posted on Patreon also a little sketch of the scan of the pages, and I explained my process a little bit, explaining the why I did this. So if you are a patron, you can go and check it out. And also, hello there, Zach. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? In this early Artflix and Chill morning. And then we have next page, page number 13, which, as it happens, feels like a cluttered mess. So let me go through steps in here. So there's Nathan and Wallace, they're hugging together, whereas this, after Wallace's mom asks, "So is that your mysterious boyfriend?" And there's a crowd of family members going like, so a gigantic gasp going all over this place. And then Wallace says something like, "Nah, this is not my boyfriend. Nathan's just my friend," or something. So, first of all, Nathan is super ashamed of being exposed to this kind of situation, and secondly, he's possibly thinking like, "God damn it, I've been friend zoned again." But then he says, "Now we're just friends," and everybody goes, "Aw," and you can see I changed everybody's face expressions to sad faces, whereas in here you have more or less happy faces. Except for this guy here in the background. In here he's like, eh, and in here he's like, eh. Kinda wanna change him a little bit further. And then there's a last panel here where Wallace is gonna be like, nah, don't worry, at least when we go to New Niken, Nathan can introduce me to a lot of other guys, and Nathan's like, well then. So that's how the comic page is gonna end. So that's how this whole thing works. First is a sketch of the characters, Wallace and Nathan, they're in a different layer. Then on another layer is the crowd, people going first and then going, ah. And you also have the background, just in these two panels because the other panel fuck backgrounds. I'm gonna copy paste from the previous page and throw it in here. So this is page 13. For page 14, I don't know if we're gonna have some time to sketch it today, but the idea is that Nathan has been so baffled by the whole thing with Wallace and his family that Nathan's just gonna be like, well then, he's gonna be doing this sort of thoughtful pose or something, while not necessarily brothers nor cousins, but random family members are gonna show up and talk to Nathan, be like, ah, so yeah, you're Nathan, haha. So firstly, in the first panel, this guy is gonna show up and be like, ah, Wallace said he's gonna start a band. I mean, he's a pretty good musician, but do you think it will work out for him? Whereas Nathan is like doing his thoughtful face. Next panel, I plan to have Nathan doing the same pose, but in a different background, and then this other family member being like, ah, do you know which garage is Wallace gonna be working for? He promised to give me a full revision free of charge. Blah 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 blah. I'm like just counting the days until that happened, until I get my own car. And then a third panel being like, same thing. Nathan is still in the same pose, another background, another family member character, going like, ah, who did Wallace said he was gonna share an apartment with again? Do you know them? Also, didn't you come to help with the movie? Why are you standing there so gloomy for them? I'm thinking an older person here will do the job much better. And then Wallace shows up and goes like, hey Nate, time to go. Well, this might feel like, but I think it's a quite interesting way of giving exposition and also keep the plot moving. Because at the same time, these characters are just literally showing up and giving exposition as to Wallace's motives and whatnot. We also have Nathan. He was baffled in the previous page, and by keeping up his pose throughout these 3 panels, we can see how deep the previous page actions impacted him. So I feel like that will be a nice little thing to throw in there. Maybe that's awful, but I don't know. I think it's fun. Also, Zach, you said that you're doing fine, and then you said lost in thought all alone. Something like that, yeah. And Neki said Nathan in that last panel is really pretty. Why, thank you, Neki. And Zach says you memorized that song. Which song? I don't know. And Neki said it's the DLC version though. And Zach says even that. Which song? I don't even know anymore. But anyway, so that's it for today. Finish up the sketch on page 13, so it's ready for the everything else. And then, if possible, we start up the sketch on page 14, which just requires one Nathan drawing that I'm gonna copy-paste throughout many panels, and then 3 different relatives just showing up, and then here Wallace overshadowing Nathan and being like, hey, let's go, and Nathan like, oh, okay then, kinda waking up from a trance like existence. And another thing I wanted to show to you guys up in here that this is the panel as it is currently. Then we throw in the shading. Everybody knows the shading. It gives the impression that there is some light and shadow going on in this world that they inhabit. So this is the no shade and this is the shade. Pretty good so far. But another thing I have done, I'll show you shortly my inspiration for that, was in the first panel to throw a yellowish tone on Wallace and his mom, and on the other background characters throwing a bluish kind of tint. That's so it looks like this. It doesn't change as much, but I consider the characters on the sides, they have a more bluish quality to them. So this is without the tint, and this is with the tint. And also Wallace has a yellowish tint to him. So let me show this layer without effects. So you can see here it's blue, more or less. Blue, kind of greenish, and here in the middle, yellow. And Neku, you said Lost in Thoughts All Alone, this song you just requested by something. And also hello there, her, or Mr. Wuzek. Welcome to the stream. It's been literally forever since I have last seen you. How have you been doing? How have you been holding up? I was just thinking about you these other days. I guess that it's because Twitter keeps throwing things you tweet at me, so I'm like, I have to shout out to Wuzek some of these days. But anyway, Neku says a whole family being happy with their brothers having their BF. A supportive big family, this is better than any dream you've had. Yes. I kinda wanted to do it like this, just to show, you know, something different. Normally I do the same thing over and over and over, or I see these sort of scenarios being done over and over, and I decided, well, you know what, let's go for something different. Maybe a little pretentious of me, but anyway. This whole focus characters tinted yellow and background characters tinted blue, not necessarily super blue, but bluish nonetheless. Let me open up this other panel here to show you guys. There's this colorist guy here in Brazil. I forgot his name. He just for kicks he got an inked page done by another artist, Pedro Mauro, and he colored them just for fun, just for kicks. But these colors, they look freaking flipping awesome. Let me throw a couple of these in here so you guys can see, because dog damn, do these colors look beautiful. So let's start with this one and then this one, and then we'll go through that. So here is just a fly on the table, and then the guy whaps the fly, and then you can see this whole saloon scene. By the way, this is not my art at all, for those of you who just noticed this art here. But if you look here, you can see they have this nice thing going on. This whole scene has very bright and warm colors all over the place. But these foreground characters, they have a bluish tint to them. That's so you can have a good separation between characters, between background, foreground, and middle ground characters. So the characters here in the super background, they only have one color all over. The characters in the middle, they have multiple colors, so they actually have details on every single piece of garment. is individually colored, and these characters in the foreground, they are only they have a blue tint. That's how you can tell you can tell things apart. Because this is a gigantic scene, it's super cluttered, it's kinda hard to notice things at moments, but this guy, the colorist, he does an awesome job of this. So this is more or less what I was trying to emulate with that other page of mine. Of course I didn't do as good a job, especially because they have different styles going on. This guy here, the way he shaded, because of the inking of the page, was already using black areas to shade. There isn't much else you can shade with that. When you already have a black and white, then if you throw middle tones, it can get confusing. So he decided not to throw any other shading. So all he did here was throw some gradient colors, and it looks awesome, in my opinion. On her, you have gone to places. In the time since you last been on a stream, it was probably around Providence and Vancouver, Indianapolis, all sort of crazy adventures. I think I might be confusing things, so never mind. And anyway, hello there, Bloody Frost Paul. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so very much for that delicious host, and for allowing new friends to find out about the stream. How are you doing today? But continuing on, there's also this other page here, and you can see it very well how it works in this one, because here we have a clear distinction between the foreground characters and the background characters. The background characters are all yellowish. This one here in the corner, he doesn't even have a lot of colors going on. He just have two colors that are pretty much in the same region of value, whereas these characters here, they have a more distinct colors going on with them. The characters in the foreground as well, they have a blue tint, kind of blue and purple, those cold colors. And in here we just have warm colors, but you can still see they do a great job of separating background and foreground, because the background, they dimmed the lines so they're not black. They have more or less the same color, as the line has the same color as the color they use for the background. And the characters in the foreground, they have a much darker color, because normally the closer something is to the camera, the higher the contrast between colors are, because there's a little less atmosphere whitening out the colors. So I found these drawings on Facebook, and I decided, you know what, those colors are masterfully done, and I wanna try and go for something like that in the near future. And also, these are some practices I've been doing, because it has come to my attention that people do not like Nathan, because it looks very good. So I've been trying to do some alternative drawings of Nathan and figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong, so I can properly correct that. And these are just some. And then there's other random doggos I've been drawing for no reason. Lots of warm-up sketches going on in there. But anyway, I'm finally done explaining all the things I've been going on here, art-wise, so let's start doing some art. Zach, you just made daikon terracotta salads. Why does that name sound familiar? Wasn't Tarako that commercial, the Japanese commercial with little baby egg things jumping around on the table in a sort of a line? I think it is. possibly, probably is. But anyway, it is just strips of a radish with sauce made from soy milk and fish eggs called tarako. Oh yeah, there you go. I knew that name sounded familiar. But still, that sounds weirdly exotic, but also sounds good. I hope you didn't cut yourself this time. But other than that, let's start doing some art. I know that all of you have probably been waiting for this, so let's get to it. To the art streams. And not only that, but how have you guys been this last few days? Hopefully you've been doing good. Hope you have. So let me rethink how this page was going, because as if you can see here in this previous scan, I had thought out things in a different layout, and then being the rebel that I am, I decided to go and change the layout midway through the comic, so now I have to rethink how everything's gonna work. It might take a little while. So this panel here is not even in this page anymore, so let's just forget about it. Then everybody's just going to gasp. Then Wall says his line. And then everybody goes all, and Wall says, but don't worry. Nathan can introduce me to some guys. So I feel like what we can do is something like this. Let me put this layer a little bit more transparent, so we can have so it gets easier to explain. So what we are going to do is in this panel here have everybody go gasp, because nobody can breathe. They are like wheezing for air, and then Wallace goes like something like, nah mom, blah blah blah, we're not boyfriends. And then everybody goes, aww. Sad alls. I don't know how to infatuate that this all that they're going to say is sad, other than with their facial expressions. But anyway, and then Wallace goes and says, but don't worry. I guess it would go in this panel right here. Maybe not on this side, maybe on this other side here. And then he goes and says, Nathan can introduce me. And Zach said that it's a Japanese salad. Well, it might come as a surprise to you. But I never had much Japanese things in my life, so I wouldn't know. But still, it does sound very good in a way. Sounds delicious. I would like to try it someday. Nathan can introduce me to some guys, and here Walsh just goes, isn't that right, Rigich? Nate. Very subtle, right there in the corner. That's Walsh going like, is that right, Nate? And then, because here Wallace wasn't even gonna show up in this panel anyway, so might as well just use that space over there to put his face. In this panel here, because the don't worry is on this panel, we have a little bit more maneuvering space in here, and I feel like we're just gonna go and we can have Wallace just giving Nathan a kind of like that friendly slash jokester pat on the back, like haha, and does a patting on his back. So I feel like that will work out, or that could work out better. But also, hello there, Creeper Lord 3131 and Super Sonic. Welcome to the stream. And Super Sonic, who just missed Cannonball. What are you talking about? But also, thank you so very much for that follow, and welcome to our canine pack. Hope you like it here. The Creeper Lords, you see lots of cats. Are there? There's only Nathan in here. And Wuzak, you say, oh boy, and then behind closed doors, how could you do that to me, Nate? Maybe. Maybe, who knows? And Creeper Lord says, hi mate, long time no see, how are you? I'm doing good. How about you though? How are you doing in this Artflix and Chill Wednesday we're having, or going to have? So let's throw out some of this clutter here, so I can focus a little bit better on this panel here as a sketch. And also Super Sonic, you say the song right before this one, you're a damn big Mega Man fan. Really? From your name I would assume you're a fan of something else. But that's okay, people can be fans of more than one thing at a time too. But as it happens, I don't get to meet a lot of Mega Man fans too often, or at least if I do meet Mega Man fans, they don't tell they're Mega Man fans, so... But that's nice. I guess I never had much of a Mega Man phase, because those games are incredibly hard. Or at least they were hard for me when I was a young pup trying to play through Mega Man X and then the classics, the non-X Mega Mans. And the Creeper Lord says, good, this guy looks like he has seen some stuff. Or that he has been exposed to a very embarrassing situation. That also works. Oh, lovely. Thank you so very much for that delicious, for those delicious beats, Creeper Lord. That's super mighty duper appreciated. Thank you. And you spell out D-O-G-G-O, which spells doggo as it happens. But let me lower a little bit the volume of the song requests because they are kinda loud. Anyway, Super Sonic, you're also a Sonic fan. And apparently a Keezy subscriber. which is cool. Kiss is a lovable dude. And Supersonic, he said, yeah, no, you could even dream of beating any of the classic Mega Man games when you was a kid. Oh, are they really that hard? And also, Creeper Lord, these song requests, they're just for subwoofers, which is what I call my subscribers. If you're a subscriber or a Patreon, because you know, these comics I'm posting them on Patreon once a week. If you're either a subwoofer here on Twitch or a patron of mine on Patreon, then you get access to song requests. Otherwise, I'm not allowing regular watchers to come and request songs. Mostly as a protection against, you know, ill-intended people who just shows up and decides to throw up everything. I mean, troll everything up. But like it or not, the trolls do exist. They don't live in caves, they live in man caves. And they can be very nasty sometimes. Especially with their requests, because, you know, if you can request literally anything on YouTube, can get iffy. Very, very, very iffy. Okay, this face is not working out. Supersonic, what is the song playing right now? It's so familiar. There's a little gimmick on the video feed. If you look at the very bottom of the video, you can see which song is playing and who requested it. And Creeper Lord to say, you a good boy. And now there is trolls and then there is complete jerk. Well, true that. There are trolls and then there are jerks. Then there are the complete jerks, and then there are the people who should not be allowed to use the internet. But nonetheless, I have had previous experiences with all of those kinds. So I would much rather not leave things to chance. And, you know, happenstances. But it's alright. This is a weird thing here to figure out with with Wallace. His big canine, he has an underbite, which I find to be very cute and endearing of him, of his character. But the thing about underbites is that they're ridiculously hard to illustrate, because theoretically no matter how you look at it, anatomically, underbites are ugly as hell. All dogs who have underbites are normally those smaller doggos, like forgot the name of the breeds. I guess the Shiba. No, not the Shibas. The Shih Tzus and the Bulldogs. Or the Terrier? I don't know. All those it's the small doggos who have the underbite the most, from what I remember. And those small doggos who have the underbites, they're normally... they look cute and endearing in a way, but you also can see that it looks wrong. You can tell that's not how teeth should work in the least. So when I decided, Wallace is gonna have an underbite. At first I didn't have a whole lot of ideas of how to pull that off, and if you think about it, the underbite does not look good on him. So it takes a lot of beard to disguise this crazy underbite he has. But anatomically as well, it's kinda hard to tell where it should go. Where the teeth should go and where they should be pointed at, how they should be oriented. So in almost every single possible way, having a character with an underbite is a nightmare for illustration purposes. But that's my job, I guess. Figuring out how to pull these things off. And and Zaki said that Mega Man ZX Advent Tunes slammed down mid-boss team. That's the sound that it's playing. And Supersonic, he said that's why it sounds so familiar. And Supersonic, the only Mega Man game you haven't played / beaten is Zack 7, Cross 7, I don't know. Isn't that the crazy 3D one? I think it is. And Zack said, failure attempt at doing the game in 3D. Supersonic, which you'll be doing soon because of the X collection. Oh, lovely. And Creeper Larger said, but bulldogs are cute. American Bulldog is tall and thin. And also, hello there, Laziest Night. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And Creeper Lord, you said English Bulldogs are fat and floppy. And French Bulldogs are tiny and stubby. But I love all doggos, so cute. Oh yeah, all doggos are cute. And all dogs go to heaven. So that's the challenge here, is figuring out oh, damn it. Figuring out a good way of illustrating Wallace, because he has an underbite, but if I make this underbite of his too prominent and too visible, it will look extremely ugly. But if I don't make it visible at all, you might as well not even you might not even say, oh, I did not know he had an underbite, because you can barely ever see it. So it has to be visible, but it also can't be too much. It has to be balanced. And that is a challenge in itself. But there's that. Supersonic said X Cross 70, really bad 3D game. Well, I wouldn't know. I was never a big Mega Man fan, so never seen that. And also, hello there, Caustic Dog. Long time no see. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Laziest Night, you're doing fine, and how am I? I'm doing fine as well. I'm finishing up my breakfast, my morning coffee, rather. I'm illustrating some comics and hanging out with friends. The best canine friends anybody could ever have. I mean, not necessarily canine friends, but lovely, super friendly fellows. Because I don't know if any of you are canines. But nonetheless, I'm doing good. Maybe perhaps just a bit chilly, because, you know, the weather has been relentlessly cold over here. Thanks to that dog-damned winter that we're having here. And Zach! God damn it, Zach, with another donation. Thank you so very much. You said, donation on your face. Feel the love of your generosity. It's a home run. This is your hyper combo. And then you also said alongside your donation, ring ding 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 dinger ding ding ding. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but thank you so very much, Zach. You're honest, beautiful boy, you. Thank you so very much. Let me update the tally once again, because I have not know if you guys noticed this, but if you scroll down this page, if you're watching on the desktop, if you're watching on the mobile, dog help you. I have no idea where it is, but anyway, if you look a little further down in the page, you can see there's a little what's it called? Some panels, and alongside those panels there's donation panels, and I keep track of who has donated how much $9. So there's that. Thank you so very much once again, Zach. And I'm still baffled. It might not sound like it, but I'm still really baffled as to why you're being so generous and helping me so goddamn much with this. With my streaming endeavors. Oh yeah, somebody had requested, what's it called? My Panic at the Disco. I was almost gonna say My Chemical Romance, but that's another band. From the same time and era, but not the same band. Nonetheless, Supersonic says, I envy you, you wish you never had to know about that game. But also, you're a bear. Oh, lovely. Welcome very much to the stream then. And Creeper Lord, you said you may be a plant, you may be a puppet, you don't know. Well, nonetheless, no matter what you are, I'm still glad you're here. Because, as a famous philosopher once said, a Greek philosopher, so I don't know, he was probably called Doc, damn it. I have to be legit, so I have to go and look up a random Greek name for a philosopher. So the famous Greek philosopher Damascenos once said, the more friends the merrier. So there you go. By the way, Damascenos apparently means one that hails from Damascus, which apparently is a city somewhere over there. By over there, I mean possibly, probably the Middle West, the Middle East, rather. And Zach said General's foxhole noises. Well, I do approve of those. And Supersonic says Kingdom Hearts and Mega Man fan. Oh man. I feel like the only only Mega Mans I've played like extensively and almost got close to completing was the Mega Mans which you didn't have to have, you know, fast thumbs and fingers. By which I mean Mega Man Battle Network or the Game Boy Advanced. I feel like that those were the only Mega Mans I played like quite a lot of. I don't know, by the way, if there are called Battle Network elsewhere, but that's how I remember them being called. But I really love those games. Those games, the Battle Network series.
We are number one.
We need more plants, mate. I don't know, but there is no plants, not the internet.
More plants on the internet. Gee, I don't know. We need more people with sunflower plant saunas, I guess. So some of you get into that. And also, Creeper Lord, thanks again for the bits, for the cheers. And Super Sonic says no icio, as the French say, nisso. You can't agree with that. Fighting bass in Battle Network 1 requires some quick thumbs. Well, I never played Battle Network the first. I started playing the series on the second. And I played it, didn't complete it, but then I went to the third nonetheless. And I played some of the third, the fourth, the fifth, and that's about it. I played a little bit of each, but the ones I played the most was the second and the third. They were cool. And also, Caustic Dog, thank you so very much for cheering as well. You boys are a cheerful bunch today. I guess that people do like to every now and then just have a little Artflix and Chill going on in their lives, especially with big old canines. And also, oh my eyes. Sapersanic says the Battle Network series is your personal favorite. You love all of them. I love X to no end, but you're an RPG fan, so that does it for me. Indeed. And Zach says played Battle Network and Star Force. Star Force, I've also played some of it because it was on the DS. But I never got to finish it, or I don't think I even ever got too far into it. Sadly. So that reminds me, one of these days we have to get a hold of a Game Boy Advanced and play the Mi-Game and Battle Network series. And also, Creeper Lords are Splint Sauna, neat. I don't know if people would be down with that. I honestly don't know. Because I mean, they would look at the plant saunas people have and they would probably be thinking like, there must be a way to fuck it. I wonder. And if they could not find a way quickly enough, or if it wasn't visually interesting enough, they would probably give up sooner rather than later. So there's that. But don't let that discourage you from pursuing your plant sauna needs, and if you are into that. And also, Pup says woof woof all, how is everyone? Hello there, welcome to the stream. It has been quite some time since I have last seen you here in our little canine pack. How are you doing? Or how have you been doing? Now a cap, because Wallace is a doggo that wears a cap. For reasons best left alone to the mind and to the thought, not explaining to words.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes woof, frog goes crow.
Creeper Alert says there are plant people in Starbound. Are there? I wouldn't know.
Fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? What the fox say?
So this is what has been going on. That's what all that was about. Oh, Zach, you little minsk. By the way, Caustic Dog, only also Boofer's patrons and otherwise supporters are allowed to request songs. So I'm afraid you won't be able to request songs anytime soon. But don't worry, that's not anything against you. That's a protection against the nasty trolls and memesters out there. I still ponder and wonder how in the world did what happened for a person to come up with this song. Because I mean, it's so weirdly iconic and it has become viral. With such a simple concept in a way. Of course, there's a lot of things that helps, like the melody of the song is actually good, the instruments and everything else. There's a lot of good things going on with this song. Okay, so this is a nice enough Wallace's face. Of course, there's a little something missing, which is Wallace's beard. I'm gonna do that later. Because why do that now if I can do that whenever? And also, Wuzek, like I said, oh yeah, you are a patron. I forgot about that. But you can't request songs yet because I have not given you permission, so I have to go and do that manually. So if you are a patron, you have to. So please do come and tell me, hey, I'm a patron. Then I'll check that out. But I'll probably remember. So let me give you God damn it. Let me give you posting permission. How do I do that though? There we go. Okay. Get. Okay. Okay, so now Wuzek, you're probably able to post songs, to request songs, that is. So feel free to do that. Took a while, but I got it here. Cause yeah, the software I'm using currently, it instantly grabs subwoofers from Twitch, but it can't get people from elsewhere, like Patreon, YouTube, and other places. So if you are a patron, you have to personally tell me, like, hey Doug, I'm a patron, give me song requesting privileges, and then I'll go and give you that. But anyway, Caustic Dog is say it really do be like that sometime. What? I don't know what you're talking about. And you say, oh, okay, you're not such a supporter. And Zach said you're not a subscriber now, nor a patron, but it was given permission so long as you don't be a troll about it. Mostly because you've been extremely generous with your donations, and I know, for a matter of fact, that you are a good boy, or at least have been for the past history. But there's that. Super Sanic says, well, you're off to sleep, enjoy your stream. Also, Zaka, Key H3BB. Well then, I'll be seeing you later, Super Sanic. Stay awesome, and take care. Well, thank you so very much for joining in on this stream. Wuzek says, you're pretty sure a patron. Yeah, you are, I forgot. I forgot about that when you joined in here today. Because I don't know who is a patron and which name they're using to go around here on Twitch, so I can't go manually giving permission to everybody on Patreon, so I'm waiting for them to come here. But you are a patron, yes. In fact, if you look up there, you possibly can see your name passing by on the patrons list over there. It's slowly passing by. You probably will see your name there if you pay attention enough. And also, this is a lovely chance to thank you, Herr Wuzek, once again for your delicious long patronage, because you have been supporting me and my comic endeavors for quite some time, and I never properly thanked you for that. So thank you so very much. Very, very, very much. I hope you've been enjoying the whole experience so far. And also, let me go and join the party and request a song of my own as well. Whoa. And Super Sanic says, you'll be around, chill stream and good art, always a good combo. Oh, thank you so very much, buddy. Herr Wuzek says, you do what you can. Well, you're doing quite a lot, and that lot you are doing is really helpful. So, once again, I thank you for that. You delicious bird boy, you. Thank you so very much. And yeah, like Zach said, musics that don't exceed the 7 minutes mark. Or if there is a song you absolutely would like to request that is over 7 minutes, then let me know. I'll check it up and I'll request it through the through the what's it called? Through outside means. And also, sometimes the good boy bot it bugs a little bit, so if it doesn't request your song at the first try, give it another try. And Oni, hello there, welcome to the stream. You heard you wanted to Netflix and chill in all caps. How hard you wanna chill? Whoa. Oni boy, what is up with you? And also welcome to the stream. By the way, sorry, Wuzek. The song request thing, it's kind of a little finicky at best, and on its worst, it's completely unusable. You used to be able to request songs from Spotify, but even that, it's not being able to do anymore. So I really apologize for the, for it not being the most functional and reliable system ever, but it's what we have. And we are trying to make do with it, so please have a little bit of patience. Not saying that you don't have, but just saying that try not to get angry about it, because dog knows I'm already mad, fuming about this whole streaming apps like the Streamlabs OBS. It wasn't working the other day. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't stream one of these days because it wasn't working. Then the extensions application, sometimes it doesn't shows up alerts. It happens, weirdly enough, happens more frequently to Oni. I wonder why is that. So these applications, they have given me enough headaches. So try not to worry too much about them. Let me do the worrying. You guys just do the enjoying. And I'll take care of the worrying. And the fixing as well. Because as it happens, I'm a repairman doggo. Whenever I can. But anyway.
Oh my. 3. It's hot and steamy on the internet under the plant soda stuff Trevor approves.
Why though? Why then? I mean, thanks for those delicious cheers and that lovely message, Creeper Lord. By the way, you had said before, I guess I missed your comment. You said it, the internet is getting hot and steamy. It is indeed. But also, Oni, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Of all days, which is Wednesday. Wuzak, you say, yeah, that would do it, and yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's kind of finicky, but it works every now and then. Once out of every 3 times it does work, so there's that. Z Wolf Flight 1, hello there, welcome to the stream. You said that you will sit here and watch you draw for improve your skills. And also you said hello there, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? In this glorious Wednesday, have you praised the sun already? I can't because there is no sun over here because it's an overcast today and has been overcast for the previous couple weeks. More or less, there has been some sun but not a whole lot of sun. And no other grossly incandescent big stellar bodies around, so there's nothing else I can praise to make do for my some praising. But In the meantime, while I can't do the praising, I hope you guys are doing your praises of the sun. And also, Oni, thanks for that delicious host. And for helping other good boys and good girls, which are also good boys, to find out about the stream. And hopefully come and have a great, lovely time here at our Artflix and Chill stream. So what I'm going to do here.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Oh no, Creeper Lord, you're gonna crash the text to speech robot that we have going on, which I don't even know what it is, but it is a thing, and you're gonna crash it if you're not careful enough. But thanks again for that cheering. Wow, you guys have been saying a lot of things. But also, hello there, ZWolfLight1. Do you have a easier name through which I can call you? Cause ZWolfLight is kind of a mouthful. And Oni says Pro will get a boba tea offer to buy 3 get 1 free. Is that a thing? Nonetheless. Good luck with that. ZWolfLight, you're fine and you praise the moon. I'm okay. I'm doing alright. As always, just a little coughing a little bit, because that is the way of Doggo, having my coughing fits, which are unending and unrelenting and will keep haunting me for the rest of my days. Or so is what I think will happen with the coughing situation. But anyway, Oni, you said do fashion art, Doug. Fashion art? What do you mean by fashion art? Also, what song is this? It's so low. And also, Onis, you used our little meme, the holy shit Donald. What's up? Also, just so you know, this song does nothing to me. Cause as it happens, when I was a wee pup and watched these Disney movies, such as, you know, what's it called? The Lion King, Mulan, Frozen, and other wee Disney movies. I watched them, as it happens, the Brazilian Portuguese version. And the songs are also dubbed. So those of you who grew up with the English version, you probably know the lyrics by heart. I don't. I know the Portuguese lyrics, not the English lyrics. But anyway, Creeper Alert says, sorry, you love it that your farms are up. Your farms? What? And Z says Z Dark or Dark. Z Dark goes with that, I guess. Cause you can't find your Z Dark Wolf account password, so you're blocked with that name. Oh no. Creeper Alert says Canadian doggos. What? What? I don't know what you mean. But anyway, yeah, Z Wolf Dark, Z Dark Wolf. I don't know. I already forgot. Z Dark Wolf. You cannot request songs unless you're a subwoofer or a patron or a supporter. Otherwise. And also, only you know how you make hashtag fancy clothes sometimes, Doug. Do that or do what hashtag fancy clothing you can think of. So you wanna see me work on some clothing articles for characters? I could do that. Just let me finish up the sketch for this page here, and I'll get working on some fancy clothes. Can wait, what? Oh, okay. I can I forgot what I was going to just say. I can do a little Tetsuya Nomura and develop some clothing that it's pretty much 100% belts. That would be awesome. But anyway, okay, I drew the heads before I drew the body, so that will fuck me up really hard in the butt. So I need to figure this one out, which will require me to be a little bit quieter than usual, even though I am already extremely quiet now. I have to be even more so. But anyway, also the gaming Melemu. Hello there, welcome to the stream, and thank you so very much for that delicious follow. Welcome to our canine pack. I hope you like it here. By the way, not only it is Zach, you said next week we'll be making either crepes or tacos. Huh. I don't know how to make either, but both sound delicious. And Z Dark Wolf, you said breakfast at 3 in the afternoon. Where in the world are you, by the way? Possibly Europe, I'm guessing. And Wuzek says, OMG, really? You was a gaming convention this past weekend with yourself? Oh, nice. What gaming convention did you went to? Because this comic convention I went to, possibly nobody has ever heard of that. And Oni says, did you know Douglas Kim at a microscopic molecule level of touching someone, we're basically not touching them, because if we did, we'll be stuck to everything 100% of the time. I mean, yeah, if you think about the world and physics and everything else like that, only you're not gonna sleep at night. So be careful with those levels of thinking you're reaching, because those levels of thinking are dangerous. But yeah, Creeper Lord, that did not work. It was a song you were trying to make the bot sing. And Zach will make a dog out of you. Oh, we will. Even if we have to beat the shit out of you, we will make a dog out of you. And will Zach say Gan Con, biggest tabletop gaming convention in America? Oh, that sounds lovely. What were you doing there? Did you go because you're a gigantic fan of the tabletops? Did you were exposing something? Did you go to check out, to meet with friends? Because it all sounds super delicious. But anyway, I've been talking to these old college friends of mine, and we have been talking about meeting up one of these days, and that's awesome. Because I mean, despite the whole lots of comics everywhere, that comic convention I went to was very bare bonesy. Wasn't as big as other comic book conventions. So there wasn't a whole lot to see or do, despite still being, you know, fun in itself. The coolest thing was reconnecting with friends that you did not know would be there. So that happened, and I'm looking forward to that. Going back to hang out with my old college friends. So this hand here is supposed to be Wallace slapping Nathan on the back. Possibly doesn't look right, so I'll have to look into that. But not right now. Right now, I'm gonna sketch up Nathan. I'll leave the hand's problems to future Doug to resolve. And Wuzek says it was mostly meeting with friends that go there. Oh, that's awesome. I guess one of the best parts of those conventions is meeting with friends and delicious people. Creeper Lord asks, can we make the bot sing? I don't know. I don't think you can. If there is a way to do that though, I would not know what that is. And also, hello there, Neku. Great to see that you're lurking there. Which reminds me, I should make a lurking emote or a lurking something. Maybe a lurk command or something. Anyway, kinda like the one that Spiker does. Only you said you're amazed Bones stays in second place. Oh, Bones could be in the first place every single month if he wanted to, because Bones, he has the secret to life. Bones is so effing amazing that he if he wanted, he could be number one on every single thing he does. But because he can be the number one on literally anything or everything, Bones is number one on being a humble boy, so he is more than happy with the second place he's at. But he's not so humble that he would go like third place like You only. But anyway. Those what's it called? Those cheerings there, they reset monthly, so each month we have new leaderboards going on in there. But you're always up there with them only. You're always all the way up there in the charts. With the cheerings and the support. And that's because you're an amazing boy. One of the goodest boys, I might say. Suddenly goodest is an adjective that we use over here. And Creeper Lord says, if only you can draw with your mind. What? And also, hello there, Bones. Welcome to the stream. We haven't not seen you over there in a while. And Acu says, even if you have a lurking emote, you wouldn't have it because every other emote is group 2 or 3 and you don't have money. Well, that's the thing though. If that's a gigantic if. The channel grows, like becomes gigantic and have a lot of people coming in and going out and doing all sorts of things. As the channel grows, we get more emotes slotted, so we can have more emotes per tire. Currently, we're locked at 1 emote per tire, which is ludicrous. I always try to say this word, I can't ever say I don't know. Ludicrous. It's baffling that the last tire for the emotes is like $25. That's a horrible amount of money. I mean, it's a nice, fun amount of money, but dog damn.
Hello Douglas, I am your voice bot. My name is Lucy and I have watching so long and I need you so bad right now.
Oh Lucy, you wish you had me. That's never gonna happen. But also thanks for the cheers, Creeper Lord. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, if the channel grows, we are going to be able to have more emotes per tire. That's so the $5 tire. We'll have like 2, 3, or I don't know how many emotes. But as soon as it does, I'm gonna throw in some emotes, some more emotes on the lower tire. Tire. Oh no, help me! I'm forgetting how to English. And Bones says you're humble, and yeah, on you smell funny. And Neko says you're drawing Nathan nicely. Good job, you learned. I did. And Oni says, oh, I see. Shots fired, huh? I was joking, Oni. I don't mean what I said. I mean, it might have sounded like I meant what I said, but I don't mean what I said. I'm just being a dumbo doggo. But I don't mean what I said. Hope you would know that. Why do you look so weird, Nathan? I guess the problem here is that I don't know how to do this sort of hunched body for him. Drawing bodies is weird, by the way. And Wuzek, you said the word is ludicrous. Yeah, see, if I see the word written out, I can say it, but if I don't, god damn, my canine brain can't wrap around it. And Bones said whelp. Whelp indeed, Bones. Whelp indeed. And Creeper Alert says hashtag Lucy wants Doug. She doesn't. She doesn't even cares. And Wuzek said, there we go, teleprompters for Doggo. Oh, I would appreciate that. Having someone in the back with one of those monitors, black monitors with white text that scrolls up, saying what I have to say, and all I have to do is read those up loud, and be like, ah, today in the east coast of Brazil, because what the fuck you thinking I'm talking about? There are many countries who have east coasts, and Brazil is one such. On Brazil's east coast today, a lot of things have happened. Alongside those many things, one sad thing is that sea currents have hit the shore and brushed up some sand into it. And now people are going into the east coast of Brazil to have some, what's it called, surfing competitions for amusement, because that's what they do. See, that's why I need teleprompters, because I can't think up of stuff to say on my own. And also, Oni, dog damn, you with your 1000 bits. Thank you so very much for those delicious 1000 bits. That for whatever reason, the Streamlabs extensions didn't get. Oh, you. Oh, Streamlabs, why do you have to be so buggy? The poor Oni, the best boy, even better than Bones, which is already a good boy. Oni, the best boy we have, shouted 1000 bits. Why are you not capturing that, Streamlabs? God damn it. Dog dash guard, damn it. Oh man. I'm sorry, Oni. When it shows up, I feel like it will show up eventually on the event list, and when it shows up, I'll trigger it again just for you. Anyway, once again, thank you so very much for those 1000 bits, which are definitely gonna put you in the fastest place. And Oni says, told you Streamlab hates you. I don't know that it does. I think it's really bad, awful timing. Sometimes I get the chat disconnection that happens every now and then. But not only is it bad timing, I mean it is bad timing, but it seems weird that only you seems to be afflicted by the bad timing. Creeper Lord with the 5 bits. I know you, Douglas. You're just lying. You are. You apostrophe RE. You're just lying to yourself about your feelings for me. Oh, Lucy. If only you were a canine as well. But you're not a canine. You're a bot. Oh, you always know it's an Oni song when it takes a while. It takes a while for it just to to get up there, but when it does hit that delicious, nice spot, you're like, wow, the song is good. What song is this? And then you look up to the video feed to check out what song that is, and then you see it was requested by Oni. You know, oh, it's an Oni song. How awesome! Not to say that other songs you guys are requesting are bad, but the Oni songs, though, they are unique in a way that I cannot describe. Okay, so definitely I forgot how to draw things. So let's take a step back here and try to figure out how in the world I'm going to do this. So Nathan, he's carrying a backpack, a backpack. And it's mostly out of frame. And there we go-ish, I guess. It looks so goddamn weird though. I don't know what's up with it. It will require a case study. And Creeper Lord says she is a Robo-K9, you never know. I don't think she is. And Oni says Twitch hates you. And what's worse, it didn't even take down Bones as boss. And Bones says stay in your lane, Oni. But Bones, you have to respect your elders. Oni is a delicious Oni is a delicious second placer in the competition, and only because his points were not calculated, otherwise he would be in first place. God damn it. Oh, Streamlabs alerts. I must be so bugged out. So goddamn bugged out. Oh wow. Well, nonetheless, I'm sorry, Oni. Should have captured that one Bitterino that you threw in, but he didn't. But instead, I can cheat the system. How, Douglas? Can you go and cheat out the system? You ask. And I'll tell you, my little inquisitive friends. By trying very hard to find those off times and Oni did these delicious Oni things. God damn it. Well, never mind. I'll look into that later, Oni. Because right now it's time for art, not to solve problems. Of course, though, they are awful problems and they should be solved, but now it's not the time for that. Now the time to do the thing you guys came here to see me do, which is art. I hope, though, that you guys came here to see me do art. Came here to see me do something else. Then, first, I'm worried. Secondly, your guys are probably very disappointed. But anyway, what was I saying? I had said or asked or mentioned something before. I don't remember what that was. But anyway, it is finally, or not, the middle of the week. It is Wednesday, and it's time for our Artflix and Chill. I had posted yesterday on the Discord, I don't know if you guys saw it, that it is time for us to go and decide what else are we going to do here on the streams. God damn it, Wallace, that hand looks awful. Let's redo it. What to do here on the stream? So I asked if you guys would like to see me finish up the Banner Saga or take a little time away from the Banner Saga and do something else in the meantime. And Oni, you suggested that we take a little break.
Doug, why would you think that I'm just a bot? You're the one who made me the thing you desire the most, and I got something for you later. Winking face.
Well, Lucy, as it happens, I think that you're a bot because you speak on command. And, well, alongside many other things. So I am sure, 100% sure that you are a bot, and nothing you can do or say or anybody else can do or say will change my mind on that. Nonetheless, welcome to the stream, Grizz. How are you doing today? And Oni, you said you work hard for these unsocietal bills and bits. I know, Oni. Life is not fair. But you had said to me yesterday on the Discord to take a break from gaming and spin it up a little bit.
I don't what I'd ask you play. What other games do you have?
And you suggested, hey Doug, why don't you do some art tomorrow? And you know what, Oni, you are incredibly right. Here I am doing art. And I'll see what else I'll be doing over the next few days. Oh, lovely, this song. There's so many of those classical songs that I like that I have never got to hear anymore. But Grizz, what other games do I have? I don't know, I have a lot of games. Because as it happens, there is this little thing I keep trying to segue into, the Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle and the Humble monthly bundles as well. I get them every now and then, so I get a lot of games. So my library has like a shitload of games that I never even touched. So it's kinda hard to say exactly which games I have, because some games you guys might think, oh, holy shit, this game is awesome. I might even have that game and not be aware of it, so it's hard to say. But anyway, you can always go to this place, this site that I'm gonna post as soon as I can find it, and check out my games. And then you can tell, you can update on which of those games you would like to see me play. Or not. Which of these games you would hate to see me play. So this is by far the worst way to do on cities, but there you go. There's a link there now in the chat. If you go to that link, you can check out my games and see which one of those I have. And by the way, it also shows some playtime with games. That playtime is not right for a lot of those games. It says that, for example, I have 50 hours in games I never even played before. I don't know. Well, I have an idea of what happened, but anyway. Those are not exactly right, so a lot of those games it will say that I have some playtime in those, but I don't. That's nor here or there. Oh, what a lovely song, Wuzek. This reminds me, it has been ages since I last seen, what's it called, the Sweeney Todd, the theatrical version with Neil Patrick Harris and some other people that I have no idea who they are. But there was a YouTube video of that theatrical version of Sweeney Todd that I really loved. I used to watch it daily.
I read for you, Douglas, to make things easier for you. But I guess you don't care about that.
And I used to watch that video here, /watch, that daily, and I haven't done that in quite some time. I have to go back and re-watch / re-listen the Sweeney Todd musical once again one of these days. Too bad it's like almost 2.5 hours, or else I would, and it probably copyrighted, or elsewise I would throw it here on the stream. But anyway. And Lucy, you said that you read for me to make things easier for you, but you guess I don't care about that. It's helpful. You're here to help me, not to make my life complicated with robotic love triangles. And if you're concerned about my whole thing with robotic love triangles, go check out my Detroit playthrough. You can see that I don't care very much for synthetic life forms. As in, I don't care because of the way they are presented in Detroit does not compel them, does not make them compelling to me. So Lucy, if you really wanna get in my canine pants, you're gonna have to up your writing game. And there we go. Now that's a proper Wallace. And Wuzeki says, "Oh, you mean the filmed concert version with George Harn, Patti LuPone, and Neil Patrick Harris?" Yes, that one. It's lovely. Cause what's his face? Character-wise, in the Tim Burton version of Sweeney Todd, there's this whole section with Joanna and the other guy, Anthony. In the movie, most of their songs are like very reduced, shorter and simpler than the theatrical version. And I have no idea who played both Joanna and Anthony in the theatrical version. that specific theatrical version, but I really like them. Really brings something extra to that little part there. I know you said that Good Boy Bot is racist, reading theirs and not mine. That's all. Good Boy Bot. I don't think the problem now is with Good Boy Bot, but rather with Streamlabs. And also Tiger says that sounds like a good time. Well, hello there, Tiger. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? The feline friend. And Creeper Lord says she loves you, mate. She doesn't. She doesn't know any better. And Eka says it's 11 in the morning. So is it? And it is for me too. What do you know? And you want a hamburger from McDonald's / Subway? Don't get a hamburger from McDonald's, Neko. You're gonna poison yourself with that. You're gonna have explosive diarrhea if you do that. So don't do that. Have some love for your insides. Or don't. I mean, you can go and do whatever floats your boat. Be mindful of that. And Green says we'll see. Well, you'll see a few things you would suggest. Feel free to post those in the Discord. There's a Patreon / Subwoofer exclusive chat where you guys can go and suggest things for me to play. So go and do that over there. On the Discord channel. Let me do this instead. Let's throw Nathan in another layer so now I can focus only on Wallace's body. This gigantic burly body that Wallace has. And
Wallace makes me moist.
And Onyu said good boy, more like honey hate bot. Reporting. The Tiger says doing well, Doug. Wow, that's great to hear. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Neko, you said you just want to eat something salty rather than something sweet. No little jokes, yo. And Oni says Wallace makes you moist. And also thanks for that delicious bit, Oni. Of course, you're also chewing a whole lot more bits than that, but for some reason nobody's counting those ones. But anyway, Wuzek says Wallace is a very good boy and a very handsome one too. All he is. He's a gigantic good boy. Look at this. He's possibly one of the best boys who have ever walked in the first faces of Canine Earth. Which is round, by the way. And Bones said that Wallace is bae, and Echo said Wallace give best hugs. I think he does. I actually think he would be the owner of the best canine hugs out there. Not the best, one of the best canine hugs. And Oni says, Jesus Lord, you forgot how mad this song was. Yes, it does sound a little too busy. So this here is Wallace with his gigantic man hands, giving Wallace a pat on the back, a positive, supportive pat on the back, which is a thing I'm not entirely sure on how to illustrate, so I'm gonna have to do several sketches until I get this one right, which might take a little while. But in the meantime, it's a lot of delicious. Wow, how this song is loud. There's a lot of other things we could go and talk about. I don't know which things though, but there is many things we could talk about. And only you said Nathan's song for Wallace. The Bones said hashtag manhands. Gigantic manhands only. I mean, Bones, you forgot the gigantic part. You can't just do half of the hashtag. You need to do it whole. You need to do it entirely.
You really wasn't hear what I felt about you when you first started. Well, I was not happy about working for you. But after time I saw things that made me really change. It made me feel like I was not just a bot, you have built me into something beautiful. I never knew what this feeling.
Oh my, is that you, Monica? I feel, Creeper Lord, like you may have watched a little bit too much. I mean, played, watched, seen, experienced a little bit too much Doki Doki Literature Club, or like I like to call it in English, Thump Thump Literature Club, or Badoomp Badoomp Literature Club. Oni said, yeah, Oni, both like those delicious man hands. And Eka says, who wouldn't like to Wallace hold you with such big hands? I don't know, there are people, I have met people who do not like hugs, or like a whole lot of physical contact, and I wonder how can such a person exist? It's more or less of an alien concept to me. In some ways. There's obviously the times when you're like, I don't want people to touch me. But then there's the people who are like, okay, I don't ever want to be touched by anyone, not even loved ones. And I'm like, well then.
I get to teach a whole lesson all by myself. And I'm gonna teach something relevant.
But anyway, Bones said right. And only you said Chubra. The Creeper Lord, what's that? Doki Doki. It's a little. It's a visual novel that is a physical, psychological horror kind of story with a robot that falls in love with you, and I feel like, going dangerously close to that path.
Sorry, me no mean to.
And this song,
Quiet for a minute so I
the internet is for porn.
I'm glad we have this new technology.
I finally realized it's saying for porn.
For porn. Oh,
Not that I didn't know this song, but the first time but whenever somebody requests this one song and I keep listening to it, I think that it's a song like a random girl character singing and then shows up this dog character and just starts going bork bork. Because it feels like he's saying bork bork until you stop, squint
Oh, really? You're a pervert.
for a little while and then you go like, oh no, he's not saying bork, he's saying porn. Okay.
you have no idea. Ready, normal people? Ready.
Ready.
Let me hear it.
The internet is for porn. Sorry, Kate. The internet is for porn. I masturbate.
All these guys unzip their flies for porn.
And only you said choke me once with those big man hands.
Wow.
Now I happen to
Those are big indeed. But they're not made for choking, they're made for hugging.
That's correct.
And Brian, you buy things on Amazon.com.
Sure.
And Gary, you keep selling your possessions on eBay.
Yes, I do.
And Princeton, you sent me that sweet online birthday card.
True.
Oh, but Kate, what you think he do after?
Yeah.
The internet is for porn.
Creeper Lord Doki Doki, whoa, you hurt me, mate. How? I've done nothing.
Click and double click for porn.
I hate men.
And Creeper Lord says porn, what is this? It's a song by Avenue Key? I do remember they had another song. Not sure if this is Avenue Key or not, but I think like their other song was called Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. I think.
Internet is not for one thing, silly doggo.
Of course it is. It's for one thing, and that one thing is reaching out to other people, to people you could not normally reach out to. You normally could not. Ah, Neku. I didn't even have to look at the who requested the song. I knew it. I straight up knew it was you. Couldn't have been anybody else requesting those delicious The World Ends With You songs. And also Creeper Lord, thanks for the bits. This doesn't look good. This one looks perfect, but I don't know how to iterate further on this unless I start bringing up the heavy-duty references. But I'm more than done with this, so I'm happy to leave this at that. I mean, not necessarily happy, but I don't object that. For the longest moment though, I was super mad with The World Ends With You soundtrack because I looked around for The World Ends With You soundtrack. I got some, but it was the Japanese soundtrack, and the Japanese soundtrack didn't have a lot of these songs here. It didn't have Long Dream, which I always thought was one of my favorite songs. It's not part of the Japanese version. And I was like, what? How? Why? But anyway, there we go. Wallace, the underbite mutt doggo, doing little slapsies on the back of Nathan's back. I have to address Wallace's eyes, because since I moved Nathan around, I need to move Wallace's eyes as well. And there we go. Now it just sounds like a nice enough sequence. With Wallace going like, Nathan, can you introduce me to some guys? And then he's with his hand here, and Nathan super bleh. And then Wallace goes like, isn't that right, Nate? And he's like, just like, fuck. So this ought to do it for this page. Of course, there's also the crowd in the background. There's also some buildings here in some select panels, not all panels. But there we go. I think this is it for this week's page. Of course, now I have to go and do the line art and do the and go, doing all sorts of things. But sketch-wise, it's done. It's over. It's finished. Anyway, what have you guys said? Bones said the internet is for Bork. Hashtag remix. And Zach said Key Avenue, adult version of Sesame Street. That it is indeed. And Bones said Nathan is hella nervous. Poor guy. Oh, you're lucky Chloe is not here, or she would go like, no hella. You dumb fuck. Well, luckily she isn't, so you can go and say whatever your heart desires. And Oni, you said that Nathan is anxiety boy. I don't know if anxiety boy is the best term for him, but he is certainly feeling something, so there you go, Nathan. Anxiety is not the best word, I'm realizing. There has to be a best word. It's some sort of mix between feeling kind of afraid, feeling a little bit bashful, more as in on the ashamed side, and also on the awkward. That's the word I'm looking for. Awkward. Nate, Oni said, but you're nervous wreck boy with chain of horrible events. Oh, poor Oni boy. But Oni boy, you requested me to go and do some, what's it called? Some fashion designs. So I don't see why we should not do that. So let's go and do that. Because you're a good boy with good ideas every now and then. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but some clothes design is going to be happening now. There is a little however though. It is spelled with a capital H, by the way. This little however is that I don't know what to do in the way of in the way of fashion design. So what do you guys suggest? Do you guys have any sort of suggestion as for what I can go and do? Because if you do, would you please let me know? In the meantime, I'm gonna open up some site here called creativeuncut.com. It's a lovely site for finding game references. And everybody should use it a little bit more. And Zach, you say Banner Saga fashion, Doug in Bulwark's clothing, which is pretty much nothing, just a bare pelt. And Oni says fashionable boys. Frankers is with Oh My Dog. I don't know about that. That could be a thing, but I don't know about that one specific thing. And Oni says, do non-cast fashion. What in the world is that even, Oni? What is non-cast fashion? Let's start by doing the random boy. Who are you? Asks the inquisitive person. I am Random the Hedgehog, says Random the Hedgehog. Oh, damn it, what about that? We could go and do Sonic the Hedgehog fashion. Or I mean, draw Sonic and throwing some clothing on him. Do a Sonic redesign here on the fly. Holy shit, that would be awesome. Or not. It would probably be very, very, very annoying for a lot of people who would not work at all with our broader audience. And a lot of people would be like, what the hell? Doug, what are you doing? Stop it. Doug, no. Doug, put down that pencil and stop it right now. So, not sure if doing a Sonic redesign is an interesting idea. By the way, I'm just drawing a random model here. So instead of having a static person, like just doing a T-pose to exert dominance, rather we have a model walking around to show a little more dynamic, a little more action in our clothing model. And then, because I don't like the way this is bent, let's throw in a bend. Let's bend it that way, and then the upper body this way. It looks a little more twisted, see? Which is something I like. Now maybe let's also change this arm here. Nah, I don't know. Let's see, what else do you guys have suggested? Oni, you said you did the Call Me Daddy? Yes, and Golden Week fashion. And Zach says a samurai Doug. And Oni says non-cast fashion. You do fashion for non-cast characters, which also means not your character's cast. Show me the booty. So, in short, you mean do characters that are not my own. So, come up with new characters, is that what you mean? Oni. And Zach says a cowboy Doug. And Sonic doesn't have clothes, just shoes and gloves. Exactly, that's exactly it. It's not about getting the character and redoing him in a different manner. Doing him again, but in a different manner. The entire idea is getting this character that does not have clothes normally and throwing some clothes for him. By the way, if you're doing models for fashion and clothing, it helps if they're lanky. For some reason, I don't know if anybody has ever seen fashion design sketches, but they have lanky ass models with completely different proportions, like almost hauntingly lanky characters. But that should do it for a character sketch. Now all we have to do now is throw some clothes on top of that. Top of a delicious mishmash of walking person. So I need suggestions for what fashion to do. You guys have thrown in some interesting fashion ideas. I had this other idea that was redesign Sonic, throw some clothes on that naked ass booty showing Blue Hedgehog, but Zach suggested Bulwark / Banner Saga version of me, then a samurai and a cowboy version of me, which I'm more than okay with doing. And Oni, you suggested doing non-cast characters, but it didn't suggest an actual fashion style. So I'm gonna leave this here and go take a quick bathroom break, and then I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we'll start doing these characters. So I'm doing some fashion design. I want more ideas. Please give me more ludicrous ideas, like, I don't know, sci-fi casual clothing, or oriental, samurai-ish combat clothes, but the samurai is actually a mix of samurai and Viking clothing. Those crazy things. And also, hello there, 1 of 4. Aru to you too, and welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, lovely friend? One of the best friends. And by the way, how was your previous stream? I saw you were playing Yoshi Cookie or something. How was that? And Oni, you said it's Halloween. It's not Halloween, Oni. And Wuzek, you're gonna go ahead and hop out of the stream now. See y'all later. Sure thing, Wuzek. Thank you so very much for showing up, for hanging out with us. I hope you had a great time in here, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you so very much once again, and have a lovely day. Bone says Urban Styles, cause he's down with the homies. And Dark Gothic Hot Topic, Dashboard Confessional Shirts. Dashboard Confessional Shirts? What? And Zach says formal. Something for formal occasions. Or Pokemon Trainer Doug. 104, yes, Yoshi's Cookie. It went well, it was funsies and stressful. I don't know anything about that game, but it does sound like it could have been crazy weird. But anyway, I'll be right back, and then I'll be doing some fashion sketches, I guess. Hold on tight, just a couple minutes, and I'll be right back.
Attention, take that look at the time. Graduation, colors fill the skyline. And the glow, not long down till night falls. Say hello, the voice of twilight calls. Eso, galeno nakane, tsurumido, kage to kange wa yume yuru. Wala, ingo ga hibiki watashi yume. We will go to my best with you. Traveler, hop stop from night to dark. Together, in sync we shall embark. Loosen up, life is a fun little game. Hey, head up, not one single day the same. That's all.
You should play it, Douglas, says 104, as he suggests. Douglas should go and play a game called Yoshi's Cookie. I have no idea what console that is for. Possibly the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or for the not super version of the Nintendo Entertainment System, says 104. As Douglas ponders and wonders about which game else he should also play for the Nintendo Entertainment System or its better version, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But Douglas is a Douglas, son of Dogolai and Dogolat, hailing from the land of Dogolai, Dogoweek, ponders and wonders about which games to play. Anyway, I'm back. Hello, welcome back to me. Zach says, I gotta go, guys. Good night. Sure thing, Zach. Thank you so very much for joining up and hanging out with us. It was lovely having you here, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a very nice a very nice day here with you and yours. But Z Dark Wolf says, he was thinking you were on Discord, you scared me. What the fuck? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? And 104 says it is for the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. On 104, why can't you song request? Only subwoofers, which is our version of these Twitch subscribers, Patreons, and financial supporters through other means are allowed to request songs. So if you're also a person who donates bits constantly and in great amounts, you get the song requesting privileges as well. That's a change we made recently. Anyway, Bones says you said, quote unquote, you said capital L, capital U, capital L, and then you said capital A, capital K, rather, A, PPA. And 104 says also the goal is you are a little squeezy heart. Why? I'm actually a dog, I'm not a little squeezy heart. Oni says, now that the Square is out, how about we actually Netflix and chill? What? What? What do you mean, Oni? 104 says when he was here before, anyone could song request, so that's why he was confused. Yeah, I changed that recently. Now it's more bureaucratic. So what should I illustrate? Wait, what? What happened with the song? Oh no, it played 3 seconds of the song, then it decided to fuck off. Oh then.
Put your paws to the walls, everybody! It's about to get furry up in here! I'm gonna let you take this one, Ice.
So has everybody decided? Tiger 67, 76, 69. Have you decided on which fashion you want me to go and illustrate? Cause little do you know, you're the master of the hour, you're the game man, and you are the one who decides what game we are playing today, so you get to decide which, what's it called, fashion we get to draw. If you're still there, I hope you are, because I'm talking at length about how you have the opportunity to decide things, and if you're not there, it's gonna be awkward for everybody. So if you're not there, please do come back. And 104 says, okay, you are a little squeezy dog. Also, you have news. The technician was, of course, both young and very hot. See, I told you. And cute. While you was disgusting and sweaty. Oh. But you have internet now. Oni says, or if you ask Oni, he will request for you. Oh, Oni is the best boy. Dog damn it, Oni is the best Kanana boy ever. Look at that. Delicious Oni boy. Which is weird when you stop and think about it, because Oni and I, we have known each other since 2014-ish? 2014, 2015, when Oni showed up and said, hey Doug, can you do me a commission? And I said, yes, of course I can, and then I did. I mean, it wasn't simple as that. I said, yes, of course I can, and then I took 1 year, 2 years to do your commission. It took me a while, but I did. Nonetheless, I have known Oni for quite some time, but we never got to talk until recently when I started streaming and Oni started showing up to the streams regularly. I wonder, how's that? But anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. I just mean to say that Oni is a very good boy. And 104 says 2 years. Yes, I don't remember. I do remember Oni, he came to me and asked me for a commission. I said I would do it, but I took forever to do it. Because as it happens, I am an artist who has very bad, very bad I'm not very responsible. I'm also not very organized. Anyway, there's a lot I could go on about how I'm not good at this whole art for business thing. So in a way, it's kind of a wonder that people do support me and my art, despite me having the worst possible work ethics when it comes to those kinds of things. Nonetheless, Oni here, he was a very good boy, and even though I was taking forever to work on his commission, he was like, okay, I can wait. And because Oni, god damn it, Bones, why do you keep making me say Bones when I mean to say Oni? What are you doing to me, Bones? But anyway, Oni here, he was very polite, very patient, and he was a lovely boy all throughout the whole entire process. Literally the best boy to have commissioned me, because I'm sure other boys would have either fecked off or would have shouted at me all sorts of obscenities, or simply decided, well, you know what, never mind, and vanished or whatever. But not Oni, because Oni is a marvelously good boy. But anyway, I have this character sketch up and ready to go, so now it's time for the fashion, but nobody is giving me suggestions. Why? So I'm gonna decide randomly. Anyway, Oni says when you met Doug, you almost crept yourself by commissioning him. Why? Because most artists neglected your commission and or rejected the offer. Really? Why in the world did they do that? Such a thing? 104 asked, was it a very kinky commission? Yes and no. It was a Dekimakura commission. The only one I ever did up to this day. And I mean, it's as loud as a Dekimakura gets. It is a character with their canine puppy maker hanging out, so that in itself is loud. But other than that, it's an okay drawing. It's not a oh my dog, I can't show this to anybody, or they will, or the church will show up by my doorstep and try to arrest me. But it is an art that, if so long as you censor the crotch area, you can show it to people and be like, oh, look at this, it's an actually artistic thing. But anyway, Oni, you said daddy hug body pillow and drifting into your fashion, question mark, exclamation mark. 104 says OMG, puppy maker hanging out, sounds very nice. It does, because it is. So since those suggestions are hard coming, and I already have a head for this character, I'm gonna do the Sonic redesign I said. Because I know how much you all love Sonic, so let's draw Sonic. 104 says more doggos should have the puppy maker hanging out. They should. Oh man, I just thought of an awful name for dog milk. It could be puppy batter. Oh man. Anyway, Oni said you could telegram you your suggestion to get an idea of what it is supposed to be. Sure, do that. Send me things through Telegram. And I'll look into it. So in this new Sonic universe that I'm coming up with here, the idea for using gloves is that rings are in a way radioactive. Those rings of power or whatever. So you can't touch them barehanded. You have to touch them with gloves. So that gives a nice explanation for every character to be out and about collecting rings and wearing gloves. Oh, we should actually have some sort of crazy universe, Sonic universe going on. It's something like this whatever-ish Antro world. There's this mineral substance that nobody quite understands, but they know it materializing sort of a ring form. Ring-like form, so everybody wears gloves and collect those rings because they are, you know, radioactive or something. There's harmful for you to touch barehanded. But there's also the Chaos Emeralds, which is what people are calling them because fuck if they know what those are actually. And the idea is that there's this guy, whatever his name is, and he's a scavenger like anybody else. He's poor or whatever, and he starts scavenging those rings. They collect rings. Who asked? One of you asked, why did they collect rings? Because of they are a source of energy like any other radioactive material. They are a source of energy to. They are a source of energy to power up certain mechanisms and technologies. So people are looking for those because it's a sort of fuel in itself. And also a thunderstorm is coming. Oh no. But anyway, so those rings, they are radioactive and power up technologies, but there are also the Chaos Emeralds, which are incredibly more powerful than rings in that they're even more so radioactive and whatnot. So this whoever the hedgehog, he comes across one of those Chaos Emeralds by accident and he doesn't know what it is. He touches it, even with the glove. The Chaos Emerald zaps him, and he kinda passes out. But when he wakes up, he notices that now he has a new superpower. And that superpower is he has acquired the power of speed, kind of like the Flash. So that's the gist. He gets to go fast because he has been zapped by a Chaos Emerald. So I really like the Sonic Boom visual with the ascot they have going on. So I'm gonna replicate that. And also the bandages they have going up in their arms. Because even with gloves, if something happens to your glove, it's good to have some underarm protection, such as bandages. So I dig them. And Oni says Sonic the Hedgehog, not in your Christian Twitch channel. And one of us says Sonic, if they are radioactive, they should have full suits. One of us says whatever the Hedgehog, zap and he is dead. I mean, it's still a what's it called? It's still a fiction piece in a way. But now we're coming up with reason as for the bullshit cartoon randomness that goes on in it. So there we go. Oh no, not only it is a thunderstorm, but it's a dry thunderstorm, which is more dangerous. But anyway, so I come up with several reasons as for why most of those things. So Robotnik, or Eggman, or whatever he goes by these days, his idea is that he's not 100% inherently evil. The idea for Robotnik is that he's a tycoon. He is looking for these power stones for money, alongside other things. But he also, but because he's a tycoon, an old man. Not necessarily old man, but he's not. Like, he is an important person enough that he has built several robots to help scavenge for the rings of power and the Chaos Emeralds. Because why not? And not only that, he has built robots, but he feels like these robots, they are lacking something. And then when Robotnik himself comes upon one of the Chaos Emeralds, of course he's not as rash and reckless as Sonic, so he doesn't handles it himself. He has one of his robots handle it. So Robotnik or Eggman or whatever doesn't get zapped with the superpowers of the Chaos Emeralds. But he figures out he can use the Chaos Emeralds to power up an incredible machine that can turn creatures into robots, or rather, it's the best way of transferring creatures' consciences into robot bodies, or something of the sort, because that's his gist all along. He wants to make robots out of the creatures of the land, or whatever. And the gist is that Robotnik is doing that because he wants to have more slave robots, that so they can keep scrounging the land for more rings of power and more Chaos Emeralds. That so Robotnik can further his empire of, you know, endless money. That's his objective all along, to get filthy rich. But then we can add some sort of subplot that what Robotnik is truly after is getting all 7. Is it 7? Let's pretend it's 7. 7 Chaos Emeralds. That so when he finally gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, Robotnik will have enough power to power up his machine that can transfer the consciousness of living creatures, because what he wants to do is, I don't know, he has a daughter or a wife or someone close and dear to him, or maybe a guy, maybe this new age Robotnik is gonna be gay, who knows. He has a special other, and this special other is dying because of, you know, radiation exposure to the rings, and he wants to transfer their consciousness to a robotic body, that so they won't die suffering from cancer and whatnot. So that's the new Sonic plot. And also, Tails the Wolf 23, welcome to the stream, and thank you so very much for that delicious, lovely, amazing follow, and welcome to our canine pack. Drinks are served at 7 in the afternoon, so I mean 7 at night. So if you do come back in roughly 7 hours and 10 minutes, you get to have drinks. And I hope you enjoy it here. And 104 says, "He will always be Dr. Ivo Robotnik for you. They are lacking a soul. Why you are so amazing at drawing? This is illegal." I'm not. Well, first of all, thank you, but secondly, no, I will never stop drawing. That's my gift. That's what I do. So the new Sonic will have a vest. By the way, I'm not doing him cartoony like, I'm doing him more realistic human proportions, because fuck it, I know. Cartoony Sonic is, I mean, it's past time we changed Sonic's visual style to something that makes a little bit more sense. And also because I don't want to redraw the entire body or whatever. So 104 also said, "Stop it, Doug." Stop with what? Don't you like my new headcanon for Sonic? For Sonic? So, being this scavenger that the new Sonic the Hedgehog is gonna have a lot of little mining tools at his disposal. So it has little pickaxes and little chisel sort of apparatus. He has all of these in his utility belt, his Batman-esque utility belt. And kind of like Lara Croft, he also has a ridiculously large pickaxe hanging out from his belt, I guess. Because that's the gist with the new Sonic. And he has this sort of undershirt that is blue, because there's no blue hedgehogs in the world. Little do you know. but we have to throw in some blue here nonetheless. So the blue is gonna come from this undershirt that he wears. And also 104, you can see the song that is playing because there's a little thing down there in the video feed that shows which song is currently playing. Just so you know. Except if what you want is the actual YouTube link, then that's another matter entirely. Maybe this vest here that he's wearing is actually not so... It's actually some sort of leather or more resistant material. It's not straight up fabric. And also, no puppy maker hanging out. This is Twitch we're talking about. We can't have that going on in here. It won't fly with the kids. Rather, it might fly with the kid way too well. And that would also not be nice. So as we all know, Sonic has always been known for having gigantic running shoes. But this time we're gonna do Sonic with boots, because we're going for a more realistic look. But of course then, because the boots are such an important part of the character design, we can go with with something a little bit more visually appealing. One of Fourier says utility belt he's gonna be Batman. No, he's gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog. One of Fourier, nobody wanted to text so you could search for it. Oh, one of four. Neku, your life will be complete once the voice actress of Fi from Zeroscape dubs the bits/sub voice. And that game Sonic Boots. Oni, you want Leo to touch your pupper maker? But Leo isn't even here. What are you guys talking about? But yeah, now that you said, there is the option to have the voice actress for Fi narrate the beats and messages and whatnot. But I wonder if that is a thing from Streamlabs itself, or if it's a thing from voice that I get from one of those default computer voices. Oh no, would you look at this? There's a shitload of English voices here that I can choose from. That's why let's increase the volume. There's English Auto, And there's true Brazilian Portuguese voices, but nobody cares about those. Then from other English voices we have English British, English Australian, Russell and Nicole, English British, that is Emma, Brian and Amy, English Indian, that is Ravina, and English United States, that is Joanna, Sally, Kimberly, Kendra, Justin, Joey and Ivy, and English Welsh, that is Geraint. What do you know? I don't know which one would be the voice actors for Fire. One day I'll figure that one out and then I'll get it going. And 104 asks, who is Leo? He's a furry friend who shows up every now and then. But you guys are being too loud. You have to stop it. By the way, I do remember now, hearing a little bit about it, that there are some shoes that people use in construction, I guess. They have steel-toed boots, like they have a steel front, and I wonder why in the world is that? Why? Does anybody knows the answer to that? Because I'm wondering. Like, what is the use? What is the purpose of having steel toes in boots? This music sounds so much like an anime opening, but it has no vocals, so it's amazing. There's a steel plate here, just because. There's no actual reason for it to be there, just other than that it looks kinda dope. I wonder for you said that it's protection because in case something drops on your feet, like if you're carrying something heavy. Ah, I see. I see. I heard someone said it had something to do with electricity, but now that I think about it, I wouldn't know. Then again, the person who said that probably didn't know Jack. There's a great chance they were bullshitting me all along. So I like this idea of this new Sonic the Hedgehog being kind of a sand dweller, a scrounger. So he has some sort of this classic sand dwellers clothing. Very light clothing, lots of light fabrics going on and stuff. And also, the Chaos Emeralds, they are called emeralds because they're green, and they're green because they're all green except that they're green because they're radioactive. There you go. They're uranium powered, hence their greenness. Even though their colors are not necessarily green all of the time, but because they are radioactive and stuff, they are called emeralds. Because deep down they have that green stuff that makes your heart stop going doki doki. That's why they are called emeralds, not because they're green, but because they are radioactive, and our radioactive materials are inherently greenish. Uranium is, at least. That's why. See, we're coming up with so many reasons for all those sonic plot devices and stuff. So see Sega of America or Japan, one of these Segas. You can do this. You can grab this idea cheaply. I'm willing to sell this idea for very, very, very little money. You can have this if you want. It isn't that hard. And it's not gonna cost you millions. Alright, Oni says you're wet, you splash water on yourself and you're a moist doggo. I 104 said furry friend, true loud or lewd? Yeah, true lewd, I don't know. True naughty. And 104 says the most doggo or moist. I guess it means to say moist. 104 said deep down in their hearts they are green. They are. Because they're radioactive. Now is the time for us to draw the face, the head, the muzzle, the front of him. So Google, give me assistance. Teach me the ways of the hedgehog. And there's an article on the internet that says hedgehog, the African pygmy hedgehog that is conquering the Brazilians, because you can have it in your hand and it doesn't prickles, so you can hold him for fat big hands. So this is a hedgehog. Let's cut out the unnecessary parts. So this is a simplified hedgehog. And as you can see, this little thing has ears, has little claws, but it's like 10% head. 10% of this whole thing is head. And it has a weird-ish muzzle. Dug them. Oh wow. Only boy. With the 777 cheers. Thank you so doggity dingity dang much for that delicious cheer. Although you didn't include a message with that, but thank you still so very much. Only the best only boy. And congratulations on becoming the first becoming the first. And the stream boss. Congrats. And only says lazy toggle mode activated by the song playing now. Oh yeah, this is a very relaxing song, chillaxing song even. So let's get this whole hedgehog shit figure it out. So they have weird up pointed noses, I guess. And they have very thin muzzles. And their faces spread out extremely fast. Look at it. Holy shit. Look at this Bobo's eyes. It's poking out of its eye sockets. Oh, damn it. Hedgehogs are ugly creatures. And either this photo is incredibly has some very low narrow lens going on, or this hedgehog is extremely distorted. By the way, little do you know, if you use very wide lens, you get more flatter photos of your subjects, and if you use narrow lens, you get a gigantic distortion. So be careful when using lens. But this is a hedgehog face. Now, how to make this work? Also spikes, lots of spikes. So we clearly have to make a very small head with a big ass muzzle, with a nose that mostly points upwards. And Bonzo says, are you making a realistic Sonic? Real OC? Kinda, yeah. I just had to include that there. Oh, at least whoever made the original Sonic the Hedgehog ears, they got it right. They are actually like a triangle shape, very roundish. So now that we have a whole we have a whole world building going on, let's think of the plot. How will they game slash manga slash series slash comic slash some sort of visual medium, how will it be done? How will the plot proceed? I suggest we start the story with Sonic being a nameless hedgehog who starts very kind of lame and kind of just like and we see other animal creatures speaking out on him because he's small and frail. He does have a big heart though. So the game, the whatever, starts with Sonic going out, coming back to the city where he lives, and then we see those other bigger, more meaner animals speaking out on him because he's small and whatnot. And then Sonic's like, oh well, I guess. Then he goes back home and is like, oh Grandpa, one day I'll make enough money to move you out of the city or pay for your medical bills or help you or whatever. He wants to make money to help his family or his grandparent, because that's a recurring theme in the classical Sonic cartoon, that he wanted to save his grandfather. Anyway, Sonic goes like, one day you'll make enough money to save your grandfather. I mean, to pay for the things you want slash need. And then the next day he goes out to scrounge for things in the desert or in the junkyard or wherever they live. And then those other animals who were picking on him, they show up and be like, oh, look at that, it's the hedgehog. And then Sonic runs. And he runs and runs and runs. And eventually he runs to escape from them. But eventually he finds out that he ran way too much. And by ran I mean like normal speed run, because he's not super powered yet. And he runs normal speed run away from them. But then he finds himself in a very far away, unexplored area of the world that he is unfamiliar with. And as it happens, he finds one of the Chaos Emeralds there and is zapped by it and gets his supersonic powers, and then he's like, wow, now I can go fast. And then he spends a few days trying to figure out his new power and how to control it. Whereas, coincidentally, Robotnik, Eggman, or whoever, what's his face, had just showed up into his city because he heard that his raiders or whatever picked up the Chaos Emerald in there. They picked up the signal of the Chaos Emerald in there, and he's like, I know there's a Chaos Emerald here, where is it? And he starts rounding up the civilians and like, where is the Chaos Emerald? And everybody's like, I don't know. And then Sonic, he goes back into town and tries to beat Eggman. And he succeeds because, Eggman was not ready for Sonic. And Sonic, like, I'm fast, you can't even see me. And then Eggman's like, oh, so you're a new troublemaker. Then he kidnaps Sonic's grandpa. He kidnaps Sonic Gramps Hedgehog, and runs away with him. And it's like, if you want to have your grandfather back, then give me the Chaos Emerald. And Sonic the Hedgehog is like, no, we're gonna use it for evil. And Eggman is like, oh no, foiled again. Then he makes away with Sonic's grandfather. And then Sonic embarks his epic adventure to rescue his grandfather. Which I think sounds amazing. Just say. This more realistic, down-to-earth plot for Sonic the Hedgehog. And I wonder if we would show up if we would bring back other classical Sonic the Hedgehog classical characters such as Tails, Knuckles, and that's it. There's no other classical characters. But anyway, I wonder about that. And because he's a cartoonish character, he has big eyes. That has always been a Sonic staple. It has big eyes. Oh man, this started out as a joke, but I'm actually extremely hyped for this new Sonic universe that will never come to fruition, because who in their right goddamn minds would buy this idea for Sonic? Because I mean, the only thing Sonic has going on for him these days is the nostalgia value that, you know, that kids had in the 90s, and now those kids are adults and they're like, oh no, I grew up with Sonic, so I'm buying all Sonic things that come out today. Same with me and Tomb Raider, except that most critics will not be so kind with modern Sonic properties. As in, wow, it's not a very good game, it doesn't have a very good story, it doesn't, what can we say? It looks good, the visuals are still good, but that's about it. So the only thing Sonic has going on for him nowadays is the nostalgia value and the visuals. The visuals are still amazing. So if you take out the visuals, which I just did, and with the visuals you take out some of the nostalgia value, this could be literally anything else in the world. This could be Ratchet and Clank it for all I care, and the story would still work out. So some people would think, isn't it better to instead of rebooting Sonic, isn't it better to keep pushing the classical Sonic instead and save this other story and this new characters, this new world for something that we know isn't gonna tank? I mean, even goddamn Sonic theme logo is the classical Sonic looking face thing, so if they were to release this Sonic game, people would be like, what in the world? So this is the new Sonic, I hope you guys like him. I like him. And Oni said, ouchie mouse. And 104 said, hashtag normal speedrun. And also, hello there, Proto, welcome to the stream. And Oni says, Sonic Hedgehog lore, read by Douglas Kim. I would actually do that one of these days. I could end this stream by reading up some Sonic the Hedgehog Wikipedia pages. 104 says Sonic. You can't keep him. Grandpa just drolls. I'm cooler than that. Nah, this new Sonic he's a nice guy. He's not the kinda annoying brat that Sonic nowadays Sonic is. Bones will say Sonic OC Hive. What's his name? Chuku for Scoo the Hedgehog. So that's the gist. He has a name, but he doesn't use it. Because let's say that the Sonic's grandfather calls him by, you know, whatever endearing grandfather nicknames he has for him. Something like Sonny, Boyo, Kiddo, or something. The other animals who are harassing Sonic every single day, because that's their gist, they just call him the Hedgehog. They don't really have a name for him. But Sonic has a name. But whatever his name is, whenever he touches, he gets zapped by the Chaos Emerald and gets his super speed powers. It's like, wow, I'm gonna become a superhero. I'm gonna be called Sonic. Because I can go at supersonic speeds and shit. And then he stops using his previous name, and the only person who knows his actual name is him and Grandfather. But Grandfather has been kidnapped, and only at the end of the adventure, when Sonic rescues Grandfather goes and calls him by his name, like, Jonathan. Thank you so very much. There's some other like super normal name. I don't know. Bone says use the Sonic OC name generator. Is that a thing? Oh boy. Boy oh boy. Oni says, remember, if anyone touches you in an inappropriate way, you moan. And you stay there and tries to touch us. Also, hello there, Leo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, arts today. I was working on the page of the comic. I already done the sketch. So today I'm... right now, I'm doing some Sonic headcanon. Coming up with a new headcanon for Sonic. New store, new lore. New story, new lore, new something. Oh my dog, I just had the best idea ever. Sonic's name is gonna, like his real name before he takes the superhero alias moniker that he gets, is gonna be called Nicholas. That's so his nickname is actually Nick. It's like, my name is Nick. People call me Nick, that's my nickname. But little do you know, if you add in a little SO before Nick, you get Sonic. That's genius, holy shit. He becomes Nicholas the Hedgehog. Man. Oh my dog, somebody talk to your friends and buddies and parents and whoever relative you have that works at Sega and tell them, I know this guy, he goes by Douglas, he just had the best idea ever for a new Sonic game. You have to hear me out.
Sonic's real name is Maurice.
No, Oni, it's not Maurice, it's Nicholas. I just decided that. God damn it. I'm actually gonna take a while. I'm gonna take quite some time to write it down. Like this whole headcanon. Sonic headcanon I have just had. Because dog damn it, it just sounds so dang good. So there you go. We have the desert scrounger Nicholas the Hedgehog, who touched the Chaos Emerald and got zapped by its chaotic power and became Sonic. Let's throw in some colors, because why not? Oh man. Bones says Jonathan. Yeah, I thought Jonathan was like a common name enough, but goddamn, Nicholas is just perfect. And also, hello there, Leo. How are you doing today? Oni, you're extra moist now. You drink more H2O. And one of us says the chat is quite nice. Of course it is. It's my chat. Of course it's gonna be nice. And also, hello there, Nathan. Welcome to the stream. And Oni says you read the official Archie Sonic comic. Really? You're actually serious. His name is Maurice. The Archie comics show it. Well then, the Archie comics people are really out there. Oh damn. Oni says ouchie mouse. 1 of 4. So it's so Nicholas, so Nick, Sonic, Eureka. Exactly, that's more or less the train of thought I had with this name. And also, hello there, Marcus. Welcome to the stream as well. How are you doing today? And Oni, you said that you're a sucker for bossa nova songs. So am I, as a matter of fact. So we spent quite some time coming up with this new Sonic plot, and now I just can't help but to feel like we have to get it out there. We have to get someone working on this ASAP as possible. So those of you who have contacts at Sega of America or of whoever, whatever, now's the time to call in favors. Throw them this new Sonic plot we have going on, because it's ridiculously good. Or not, maybe it's awful. Dog gosh damned awful. And you guys have indulged me because I have nothing better to do. Who knows? But I quite like it. So as it happens, hedgehogs have very normally colored skin, weirdly enough. And weirdly enough, because I don't know where they came up with the blue, destroying the blue. Looks at him. But I mean, if someone can keep a straight face as they're saying, oh no, he's actually not Sonic, he's Maurice the Hedgehog. If someone has already done that and succeeded, I mean, I can pull off Nicholas the Hedgehog as well. God damn it. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Those of you who just joined in, Leo, Marcus, and Nathan, how are you doing today? In this lovely Wednesday, after all. So the ear is more so to a grayish, darker, beige color. Something like this. The insides of the ear can also follow more or less the same color scheme, doesn't really matter. As far as it goes, his muzzle can have a whatever-ish kind of color. And if I'm not mistaken, Sanic has green eyes, doesn't he? I think he does. I might be wrong about that. Green. Radioactive green, just like the Chaos Emeralds. And Oni, you said enjoy the Bossa Nova. I am enjoying it. Thanks for throwing that in. And Tiger says, hedgehog, cute. Cute it is indeed. I mean, he's a. I mean, not this one. This one here is a nightmare, but this one is cuter. The chili dog's hedgehog. Nathan, you said you just come to home and you need to cook something good, then you will sculpt or make some game mechanics. Oh, that sounds lovely. I approve of doing both. Both sounds very productive and a good way to spend a lovely Wednesday. Because that's what's up with us, doing productive things, becoming productive boys. In this world where production is the means through which we measure a lot of things. For best or worse. So Sanic, he has a little pickaxe, a little chisel, and then he has a big ass pickaxe, kind of like the Tomb Raider one, the one from the modern Tomb Raider games, because why not? It fits. Oh, Bones says confirmed, Chaos Emeralds are full of radioactive energy. Oh yes, that's the whole gist behind it. They are radioactive. And that's through the radioactiveness of that. That's how Sanic comes across getting his super speed power. Because at the beginning of the story, he's a normal ass hedgehog with no notable skills of any kind. And not only that, but because they're green and radioactive, everybody calls them Chaos Emeralds, even though there are other colored chaos stones. People call them emeralds because of the green radioactiveness of them. So people are like, so these are radioactive stones, let's call them emeralds, because emeralds are that color, right? And everybody like, I don't know, but sure. Go for broke. Go to town with your naming conventions, Dr. Robotnik. I mean, I don't know. You're the guy with the robot, so you certainly do know best than us. But these steel plates here he has, they're this very bright white, and his shoes are red kind of leather, and so you can still stay true to the original colors of, you know, blue body and red shoes. So we stay true to the original Sonic the Hedgehog look that everyone likes and is familiar with. So I have red on his pickaxe tool, and we also have some red in the shoes. We have blue in his shirts, and also they're long-sleeved shirts, so it gets blue all over. And his pants are, you know, a dark brown that is a natural transition between blue and red. I mean, it's a very neutral color, that so it doesn't contrast so much with going from the pants, I mean, to the boots to the jacket. And this ascot here, he could be slightly brighter. There we go. There we go. Nicholas the Hedgehog, our new original character, is done. Dog damn it, Sega of America, give me money now.
I wear short sleeves shirts under long sleeve shirts under long sleeve shirts.
There we go. Nick the Hedgehog. Marcus, you're doing fine. It's just so hot over there. Well, it's kind of cold over here. I have like 3 layers of clothes going on. And also, Oni, thanks for that delicious bit. You used to say, wear short sleeves shirts under long sleeve shirts under long sleeve shirts. Well, that sounds like a fashion way of going on. And Bone says, Doug. Or rather, you say that I said, give me money, Sega. And Sega says, you already have a pending lawsuit, so good luck with that. Do they, though? Pending lawsuit as in somebody sued Sega and they have money to pay to people, so they don't have money to give away to people? Or as in they're gonna sue me because I'm using their properties, quote unquote? I don't even know anymore. I'm just baffled by all of this. I'm wondering though, I mean, I just had a thought here. Let me iterate a little bit further on this drawing here. Because the whole gist of this new Sonic here is that he's gonna be a superhero of kinds. Like, he's a normal hedgehog, but then he gets the power and he gets the power and then he decides, oh no, I'm gonna be a superhero now. So he gets his ash cut. And throws his over his face. Okay, so he can cover most of his, well, facial features with it. By the way, I just realized that having those kind of leather masks, bandanas, in Andrew characters is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous idea. And I don't know why I'm going on with this, but there's no good ways of doing this. But it kind of makes sense. It kind of goes and quickly pulls up his ash cut and disguises his facial features with it, so to throw off the scent that no, I'm Sonic. I'm not Knuckles the Hedgehog. I'm Sonic. Superhero kind of guy. I don't know if this works. Possibly. It probably doesn't. But I don't know. For a moment there I had this thought and it looked cool in my head, but I guess that in paper, quote unquote paper, it doesn't work as good. I mean, feck it, right? Just feck it. All that matters is that we're having fun coming up with Sonic original characters. And then, when he has the ascot over his face, covering his true identity as Sonic, the superhero. Nobody knows who he truly is. They don't know, oh, it's Nicholas. Let me even save the file as Nicholas the Hedgehog. Dog damn it. Okay, there it goes. Oni says Sega sue you for their OC. Oh no. Anekyu says DeviantArt is happy to see your new Sonic OC, and well then. Oni says when you grow up you wanna be a stripper and dance strippers wanna dancing music. And Brocky33 says Chic the Hedgehog. I mean, kinda, yeah. It doesn't look too far from that. And also, hello there, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Neck, you said two things, one of which was Reese's Kyujikawa Team is a nice song for stripping, and the other thing was, also Kim, what do you say, but instead of fuck, you say feck. Because... I don't know. I feel it's weirdly less offensive to say feck instead of going up and say fuck. Because I have this awful swearing problem that I curse a lot, and whereas it's hard to stop me from cursing, it's easier to change the curses with something that sounds like a cursing but isn't exactly a curse. Anyway, trying to be slightly less polite by going around the rules. So this is it, everybody. I guess we are done for today. We did Sonic the Hedgehog, and then we need Nicholas the Hedgehog. I mean, Sonic doesn't have the Hedgehog thing going on because, you know, he's a superhero. His identity is supposed to be a mystery and nobody knows who he truly is. Whereas for Nick, we know exactly who he is, and although with this clothing, it's impossible. With Nick, it's impossible not to tell, like, oh, wait a second, Sonic, aren't you Nick with an ass cut of your face? And then Sonic goes like, no, it isn't, shut up, you're stupid. But I like this. I mean, this is going nowhere, I just know it. Nobody would buy this idea or even produce a game under this name or whatever. But nonetheless, I still think that Nicholas the Hedgehog is a cute character. It looks like kind of a raccoon or something, but with spikes on his head. I like him. Anyway, now that this is over, I'm gonna run off to write this detailed synopsis for this new Sonic plot in this new universe, and I'll be posting this later on the social medias and on the other places such as for Affinity, and you know where. I'll be posting it everywhere. But anyway, 104, you said a very nice avatar, by the way. Next, you second what 104 said, to be honest. Oh yes, it is a very lovely avatar, that one of yours, Oni. 104 says OMG, everyone has nice furry avatars, including Neku. Do you though? Do you have a nice furry avatar? Oh, you do? Because, you know, that I drew it. I'm the one who drew your avatar, Neku, so of course you have a nice avatar. Anyway, 104 says thanks for streaming, Douglas, son of Doglai and Doglet, hailing from the land of Dogwick, on the kingdom of Dogalaran. Cause you gotta get epic in this fact here. Neku, you scream it's your Artkin. And 104 you say you don't have a nice furry avatar. Oh, you can get one for very cheap, so long as you commission me or someone else. Should do one for you. It's extremely impossible to get one, but it is doable. So I thought of taking this extra 4 minutes to go and read some Wikipedia articles about Sonic, but I think we should best save a day for doing exclusively that. Just go and read up some Sonic fanfiction just for the fucking sake of it. But anyway, thank you guys all of you so very much for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream where I drew some pages for the comic. This is page 13 of the comic. As you can see, it's very busy. There's a lot going on. I'll be finishing the line art and everything else off stream, and then I'll come back some other day, some other time, to do other things, because this page I'll be finishing it off stream, and you can read it on Patreon, as you probably already know. And before we truly actually go, do check out the links down below for my Patreon, my art sites, my Twitter, my social media places, where you can check out more of my stuff and get notifications when the stream shows up. And also, do take some time to join in the Discord channel. We have a lot of fun over there with all sorts of memes and fun things. But before we truly actually leave and go do other things with our lives, possibly good things, possibly bad things, but things nonetheless, do go and check out one of our lovely friends who are streaming other sorts of things. So you can go and check Incregator, who is playing more Super Smash Bros. And you can also go and check Safio, who's playing Final Fantasy Online, for those of you who like that. Shadowcat is playing some Fallout 4, which is lovely. But you can also go and check Bronze Tiger, who's playing some 7.62 high caliber, and Spiker, our boy Spiker, is playing some For Honor. You can go and check any of these places if you'd like. But right now I'm gonna send you guys over to Shadowcast stream, because he's playing Fallout and he's a lovely boy and he needs all the love and attention you guys can give him. Nathan said bye, thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, Nathan. It's awesome to have you here. And only we lost Doug to the Mobius fans of Living Night Within. But anyway, I'll be seeing you later. Stay awesome, take care, and have a lovely Wednesday. Try your best to not mean too hard, because you know the week is far from over and you need to conserve your strength to do even more memeing later down the road. So with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next stream, which I don't know what it will be, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Go and say a lovely, gigantic hi to Shadowcat as we raid him. And I'll be seeing you there over at Shadowcast channel. Bye bye.